Hi, fourth grade. I was able to log in and see the activities that you're doing with your fourth grade teachers. And I know that this week you're going to be learning and working on multiplying fractions. Now, I noticed that the teachers are working with you on multiplying a fraction times a whole number. So you might be doing problems such as this. And I'm sure that you know many ways to do this problem, remembering that this multiplication sign is the same as of, and that if we were finding 3/4 of 12, we could do that in a certain way that would be pretty easy. But your teachers are probably also teaching you to just put a 1 as the denominator under the 12 and to just multiply straight across. So 12 times 3 is 36. 4 times 1 is 4, and we know that we can simplify that. It's an improper fraction. 36 over 4 means the same thing as 36 divided by 4, so that would be the same as 9. Okay, that you've been working on. That's probably pretty easy for you. In your enrichment project this week, you're going to be working through some activities called breaking up the bakery. And there will be many types of multiplication of fraction problems. And what you will encounter is a fraction times a fraction. So I do believe that when we were still in school, we talked about this a little bit, but I wanted to review that with you before you start working on the project. So if you were going to do, let's say in the bakery project, it asks you to take half of 3/4. Okay, so half of 3/4 is the same as 1/2 times 3/4. So again, with multiplication, it's actually so easy. All you do is multiply straight across. So 1 times 3 is 3, 2 times 4 is 8, and there's your answer, 3/8. So half of 3/4 is 3/8. Okay, very good. Now, moving on into the project, you will also encounter some times when you have to divide fractions. Okay, now that's something we actually may have touched on that a little bit, but I want to definitely review that because that is something I don't believe you will do in fourth grade. You'll do that in fifth grade. So let's talk about that a little bit. Let's say we had a division problem with fractions, and let's say that it was 4/5 divided by, let's say, 1/2. Okay, so that would be maybe a fraction problem you would encounter in your bakery project. Well, division of fractions is pretty easy too. All you do is find the inverse, which just means to flip one of the fractions upside down. And then you're going to change the operation to multiplication. So instead of actually dividing, you're going to actually still multiply. So we'll leave 4/5 the way that it is. We're going to find the inverse of 1/2, which is just 2 over 1. You're just flipping the fraction upside down on its head, okay? And then you're just going to multiply straight across. So 4 times 2 is 8, and 5 times 1 is 5. Now, let's quick review. How do we turn an improper fraction into a mixed number when it's not going to give us a whole number? Well, 8/5 means the same thing as 8 divided by 5. So how many times does 5 go into 8? Well, one whole time. And then how many fifths would we have as our remainder? Well, 5 goes into 8 one time with 3 left over. So 3 out of 5 remain, and that is our mixed number. So the answer to this problem, 4/5 divided by 1/2, would be 1 3/5. Feel free to watch this over again to remember the steps if you get stuck. Okay, good luck.